What really separates one business from another is not even product or service. Building that brand really separates you. And if you don't build that brand, you won't do well in the long run.
We are witnessing the technology evolution in front of us. We don't know what the outcome, we don't know how far it will go. We just know that train has left the train station.
It's just going to get harder and harder to make tech decisions. You need less tech, not more. You need the right tools. Make your bets on fewer things and lean into them to be more successful.
I'm Sara Fatz, and I lead community and awareness at Progress. This is 10 Minute Martech.
The key thing, if you are using AI to do your jobs, or try to understand the disciplines, other disciplines within the marketing, don't believe everything AI said. You need to have a point of view, everyone. This is very important.
That's Pam Didner, B2B Marketing Consultant and Fractional CMO. Let's get started. Pam, thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited to talk to you today. Just kicked off a new year, right? So what are some of the big things that you are thinking about right now, either lighthouse projects or just burning topics that you have around Martech?
I actually have a CRM. I also have a marketing automation tool. And the things that I'm thinking about right now is what are other things I can automate? If I actually do emails, can I use AI to do additional segmentations? And the other thing I'm thinking about is I'm going to write another book. And how do I create a launch plan and leveraging AI a little bit more and asking AI to give me some ideas?
Awesome. Yeah, why not, right? I know you're passionate about sales enablement. What are some of the biggest mistakes marketers make when creating sales enablement programs? What should they be thinking about differently than they are right now?
There are a couple things I want to bring to everybody's attention. If you are actually working with sales team and that your sales team love you, you rock, you rock. If you are working with your salespeople and you are not going anywhere, you feel frustrated, I just want to let you know everybody feels pretty much the same way. Okay, so don't feel like, oh my God, it's me. No, it's not you. It's a lot of organizations within the sales and the marketing departments, and that they are not necessarily 100% aligned. And the one thing I usually tell my clients, or if I'm working with anybody or doing a speaking session, is you need to think from sales perspective as a marketer. Like a lot of times, the perfect example is nurturing. For marketers, if we actually have a lead that is not ready to buy, we will say, okay, let's just nurture it. However, sales will take completely different approach. If the prospect is not ready to buy, from their perspective, okay, they are not ready at this point, I need to move on to a next target. So they have more hunter's mentality, if you will. So you need to think from that perspective when you are working with sales. It's really not about nurturing. It's really about, okay, they move on. What can I do to help them for the next target?
So you have this 90-day sales enablement challenge, and there are 5 steps that you kind of outline in there. Can you talk about those just a little bit?
Yes, I can. So I wrote a sales enablement ebook, and it's actually on my website. And there are 5 actionable steps that you should take if you work closely with sales as a marketer. Number 1, you have to align with them. When I say align with them, it's not like, okay, you go tell them like what you want. It's listen to what they need and then work together and alignment on some of the key marketing strategies that you can do together. That's number 1. Number 2 is, when you talk to salespeople, they are going to give you a laundry list of stuff that marketers should do. You should do this. You should do that. The lead quality needs to improve, blah, 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 right? There's tons of things. So, but you don't need to solve the world hunger. What you need to do is try to think it through and determine what the priorities are. What are the things you want to work with the salespeople to get the most bang for the buck?
Right.
Number 3 is once you do that, make sure you get the approval, get the buy-in. They need to kind of like holy water it. So get them on your side. And
right,
number 4 is obviously once you get them on your side is execution.
Right.
But while you are doing execution, there are things you need to change over time. Like if you work on the email campaign, it's not going very well, you need to think about it. So you need to adapt as you go. And number 5 is share the results. The good, the bad, and the ugly. What I'm trying to say is if the results are not what you anticipate or expected, still share the results. Don't sugarcoat it. If it doesn't go well, that the salespeople know, you know what? We worked on this together. It didn't go very well. But these are the 3 lessons that we have learned. So make sure you share the results and be full transparent about it.
Are there interesting ways you can weave AI into that sales enablement process, do you think? I mean, you talked about using it for launch. Are there tools that you think you could use?
I want to address that question in 2 ways. Number 1 is if you are using ChatGPT, Gemini, or even Copilot, whatever, and you are using and you're doing a lot of prompting that you are asking AI for specific questions and you write prompts and you get answer and you use that as a first draft and move forward. That's great. So if you haven't done that, make sure that you use either Copilot or even ChatGPT, even the free version, and just start getting to know AI. When I say that, I mean start prompting, start asking question and see what kind of responses that the chatbot will provide. So that's the first things that you should do. Just try it. Just try it. Okay. But I also understand that a lot of corporations, they might have very strict policies, or some corporation, they don't even allow you to use ChatGPT. What I would suggest is you should learn that at a personal level. That means use your personal email address, log in, outside the VPN. Number 2 is the key thing. If you are using AI to do your jobs, or try to understand the disciplines, other disciplines within the marketing. Don't believe everything AI said. You need to have a point of view, everyone. This is very important,
Super
right?
important,
so
yeah.
Your expertise and your knowledge, your tribal knowledge, especially for your company, still matters. The only way that you know that the response is good or not good is you have a point of view. You will look at that and say, you know what? That is not true. Or you will look at that and say, oh my God, that is so good, right? So make sure you have a point of view and you can make that decision. But the key thing is, because AI makes things so easy now and you can ask any questions, chances are you can get specific responses. Key is there are a lot of content will be generated by AI probably moving forward. And you brought a very good point in terms of, you need to write your content in a very unique manner. And I personally think the human touch is still very important. Trust me, can I tell you a story?
Yeah, absolutely.
I really want AI to write this book. So when I started this book, I actually did a very detailed outline and also with each chapter, each sub-chapters, and also the brief description of each sub-chapter I provided. I even pay a developer to work with me. And I want AI to write this book because I am lazy. I don't want to think. I don't want to do anything. I just want to say, written by AI, edited by Pam Didner.
So when you did that, just out of curiosity, were you trying to train the LLM on your tone and your language, or were you just trying to?
Both. I have a wealth of content. We actually trained, we actually uploaded all the information to the LLM. So
Right.
they actually know my voice, know my tone. Actually, they have my knowledge, for crying out loud. But it still didn't come out right.
So many people right now I think they're within the marketing and Martech community, there's a concern or even a fear, I might say, that they're missing out on something, right? If they don't hop on the AI train right now, they're going to miss out. What pearl of wisdom or advice do you have for people who are in that camp?
Okay. So can I just tell everybody, right? ChatGPT was launched on November 30th, 2022. 2 years ago. That's it. 2. All right. We are witnessing the technology evolution in front of us. We don't know what the outcome, we don't know how far it will go. We just know that train has left the train station. But are they going very far just yet? No. So what I'm trying to say is you feel that you're like, oh my God, I'm missing out. yes and no. No. It's just like internet, like long way back when Google just launched in 1994. Nobody knows what Google is going to do. And nobody jumped on the bandwagon. Oh, we need to do search engine marketing, right? It took that technology a while to settle. So there's a lot of AI startup, right? It's like, oh, we are using LLM for this. We are doing LLM for that. They are creating kind of different bot for us to use. Remember back in 2007, there's a slogan, there's an app for that. Now there's a bot for that. So just understand that this technology is going, right? Understand what you can get the benefit out of it right now. But you have to understand the supply and demand. The supply is there's a lot of AI tools being built, but is it a lot of people buying?
If you're suggesting that people come out and start, just play with it, just learn, that's a great way to play, great place to start.
Just play with it.
Yep. Are there sites, blogs, podcasts that you go regularly to for either inspiration or information?
I usually try to understand technology a little bit more, especially Martech side of things, and also SEO and search engine optimization. I know that sounds boring and mundane. From my perspective, to understand technology actually help you to do marketing better because you look at marketing from a slightly different perspective. And they are typical, what I call it, the usual suspects. A lot of people always go to HubSpot. I do that too. And then another one is the Marketing Brew, BREW, which is a newsletter that I subscribe. And the other one is Shopify's blog post. And I am not doing B2C, and I'm the B2B marketers. So majority of the companies I work with are the SaaS-based platform companies or the enterprises. So a lot of time I want to understand the user experiences or the CX, and I usually check out Shopify blog posts.
One last question: is there anyone in the space that you respect or follow, and maybe give us a little bit of reason why?
There's one person I do follow. Again, it's more on the search and website, and also now on the AI is Andy Christina. In fact, he's very, very good. I like a lot of his point of view. It's just a matter of fact. And then he tells the search engine marketing or the modern marketing or AI as kind of like in a way that as a matter of fact, this is what's happening, kind of lay it out and you kind of get a sense of it. And not a lot of coding, and I love that.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Pam. This has been fun. This has been educational. Really appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, Sara.
Thanks for tuning in. To never miss an episode, like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, I'm Sara Fatz, and this is 10 Minute Martech.